Hello family, welcome to another beautiful edition of Annie Author's channel. In today's edition, I'm going to be talking about feminism. Yes, feminism is a requested topic. I have thought about it before, but I didn't have the courage to talk about it. But again, it's been requested like 2-3 times from my friends and colleagues, and I'm about to talk about it, okay? Again, this is a one woman's opinion. It doesn't generalize for every woman out there, but we can relate, okay? So again, if today's your first day watching me, please hit the red button that says subscribe, and you will be among the very first people that will be notified whenever I post something new. If you're a returning friend, well-wisher, family, fan, subscriber, thank you so much. I really love you. Please do not forget to share, comment, like, and love my post. Yes, because this is gonna help me to do better and do more. All right, guys, so let's go straight into the topic. The word feminism is not new, only that more light has been thrown into it recently. So feminism first started in France and Netherlands in 1872. Then it spread to Great Britain in the 1890s. Then to the United States of America in 1910. Okay, so in the 20th century, it flew all the way across the ocean to Sierra Leone. That's where it first appeared in Africa, Sierra Leone in the 20th century. Then it spread to Egypt, Algeria, Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, and many other African countries. And this was back in the 20th century. So it's not new, okay? So what exactly is feminism? Feminism is the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of the equality of the sexes. It is the belief in full social, economic, and political equality for women. It unrestricts the rights of women. Feminism has a global manifestation and variations, okay? So what is the goal or the main idea of feminism? It is to challenge the systemic inequalities women face on a daily basis. It encourages that a woman's intuition is given a recognition and can therefore provide a balance in the decision making. It paves the way for gender inclusivity and equality that benefits society as a whole. So what are the core values of feminism? Core values of feminism can be found in cooperation, respect, caring, nurturance, justice, equality, honesty, sensitivity, perceptiveness, intuition, altruism, fairness, morality, and commitment. Those are the areas that are the core values of feminism rely on. So feminism continues to speak about, like in some cultures, especially well, back in the days in America, women were not allowed to vote. Presently in some part of Africa, women are still not allowed to vote. Women are still not allowed to go to school. Okay, then that's where feminism plays a role. A woman needs to go to school. A woman needs to vote. A woman has right to fairness. A woman has right to close wage gap. Okay, I cannot work the same job, function at the same level as a man does, and I'm paid much more lesser than that man. That's not right. If I'm a nurse with the same license as the man, I believe we should be paid equal. The only difference in that payment should be related to experience or the department where you work in, not just because you're a man. So I have the right to close the wage gap. I have the right for equal health care. Okay, I have the right to make my own decisions. I have the right to education. I have a right to own a business, go to school, academic, participate in politics if I'm interested, and also speak in the media if I'm interested. I want to have that right, not being limited or marginalized by things around the society. That's where feminism comes in. It's an advocacy movement for women, okay, fighting for equality, fairness, okay, especially in the workplaces. Yes, in the workplaces where more attention and interest and fair treatment are being given to male gender. Okay, so that's why some women are like, no, we have the same degree, the same qualifications as men. So why is it that we are being given the back seat and we are being paid lower? Okay, lower than our counterparts because they are male. Why so? And we do the same job, even though it's not a physical job. Not to say that the men are stronger than the women. It's not a physical job, but we are still being paid lower than the male. So that's why some women took upon themselves to this movement. Okay, so I'm a Christian. I'm going to be making some biblical references as I talk about this. So trying to explain what this is all about, I refer back to the book of Genesis, that the book of creation. It says in Genesis 1:27, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Okay? So there was no discrimination. God created us in our different ways, okay? Male and female, he created us, okay? So that doesn't mean that we are different in treatment or in the sight of God, but it's just gender differences. And again, if you go back to Galatians 3:28, say that there is no longer Jew or Gentile, slave or free, male or female, for you are one in Christ Jesus. Okay, that's my own biblical reference as a Christian. And if you I mentioned earlier, it's all about fairness, equity. So when I say something like equity, I mean the quality of being fair and impartial. Treat me as you treat the guys, okay? Don't treat me poorly or treat me as inferior species or treat me as somebody who doesn't have respect or regard because I'm a woman. For me, that's what feminism is all about. If you go into the street today, you see people talking about feminism as so many other things like fighting men, insulting men, challenging men, or maybe, you know, trying to be above and all that stuff. No, I don't believe in all of that, okay? If you come to an office, a woman can be a head. So it depends on individual qualifications, experiences, okay? Academic qualifications, experiences, and other things that goes on in the office. So it doesn't mean if the woman is above you in the office, you cannot respect that woman because she's a woman. That's not fair now. So a woman that is so in tune with your today and her relationship with God, a woman that is intellectually, academically, and financially challenged and capable and responsible, that's what feminism is. You gotta be in tune with today's world. You're going to be academically, financially, and socially in tune with what is going on in today's world. Okay? That's my own definition of feminism. It's not fighting. It's not about fighting any man or trying to be above any man. No, 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 no. Improve yourself. Build yourself. That's feminism. Okay? So a woman that knows her worth and aims at what she is qualified for, and nothing less because she is a woman. That's feminism, okay? A woman that is non-negotiable of her high value. That's feminism. You don't take less because you're a woman. That's feminism. As long as you are qualified for what you're fighting for. Fairness and being impartial, okay? So a woman that speaks the truth in loving tone and fashion, she doesn't allow things to be slided under the rug or carpet because she's a woman. That's feminism. Standing for your truth. That's feminism. Okay? So because a proverb in 31:26 said, she speaks with wisdom and faithful instructions is on her tongue. It's not about ranting out there, fighting out there, you know, challenging men. That's not feminism. You speak with wisdom. You speak for what you are qualified for. You don't just fight for nonsense. Build yourself. Be your own woman. Be capable all around. That's feminism. Okay? So that type of woman does not feel inferior. Any inferiority complex doesn't exist around her. Okay? She doesn't have low self-esteem. No, it doesn't exist. God never made any woman lower than any man when it comes to human beings. Okay, if a woman is qualified for any job position as the man is, both of them has equal rights and opportunity to get that position. That's feminism. For me, that's feminism. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3 said, but I want you to realize that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of every woman is a man, and the head of Christ is God. Okay? So this particular one basically is about family, not out there. Not out there. It's about family. So challenging your husband, fighting your husband, come on. That's not feminism. You got to accord that respect, that biblical standard of respect to your husband. Okay? So feminism for me mainly is outside your house. That's where it exists. Okay? So feminism can exist inside the house if your husband is abusing you, if your husband is taking you for granted, if your husband doesn't make you feel low self-esteem, if your husband makes you feel inferior, if your husband have no respect for you, if your husband beats you up like you don't exist, that's when you got to advocate and stand up for yourself. What are the principles of feminism approach? Yes. It creates self-awareness among the women, self-care and caring for others. Okay? Dismantling bias. Yes. It creates inclusion. Yes, women are inclusive now. Shares power, so that power doesn't sit on men only. It encourages power sharing. Okay? It encourages responsibilities and being transparent. Of transparency of the use of power, accountability and collaboration, being respectful and gets feedback when necessary. It encourages women. It creates zero tolerance to discrimination against women. Yeah. So there are so many types of feminism, but I'm only going to focus on 3 or 4 of them, okay? For me, those are the ones that are important. The other ones, I'm not a fan of them, okay? So what are the types of feminism? I'll say the first one is liberal feminism. This one argued that gender inequality, as in the denial of rights to women in the field of education, employment, and political freedom. That's liberal feminism. The next one is Marxist feminism. This argues that women are not just care providers for the child, husband, and extended family through cooking, cleaning, hosting, and providing healthcare, or at times sex objects to the men. The men becomes capitalists in the society. So this again makes the women to be involved, not just in the house, but outside the house. Okay, some years back, I think the Nigerian president was asked about the wife. He said, oh, she belongs to the kitchen and the other room. That's exactly what feminism is fighting about. Okay, so that's what this Marxist feminism is talking about. We don't just belong to the kitchen and the other room. We also belong out there. We can walk. We can participate in education. We can participate in politics, media, or other things out there. We don't just belong to the kitchen and the other room. So if you're still doing that to your wife, please liberate her and allow her to know what is going on out there. Then another one is radical feminism. Yes, radical feminism. I'm not a fan of this one, but the first 2 ones, yes, I'm a fan of them. But this third one, I'm not a fan of it. So the radical feminism is the one that is scattering everywhere, breaking everywhere. You know, the one that is talking about man and woman are equal. This is what a man can do, a woman can do better. Blah, 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 blah. All those ones, I'm not a fan of it. Because I'm a Christian. I believe in being submissive and being respectful to men. Okay? In other words, I'm not feeling inferior. I'm not feeling less privileged. I'm not feeling I'm being suppressed or I have low self-esteem. No. It's just that respect. That cordial respect, that cordial submission, okay, the Bible talks about. That's what I believe in. But again, in other words, I don't believe in rubbing shoulders with men, fighting who is who and all that. No, all these things has a very peaceful way of addressing them, and both parties will enjoy it with mutual respect and recognition. And I'm very proud of the progress most African countries are making these days. You can see a woman being a manager in the office, being a director of big companies, oil companies, and even federal government things. You see women heading it, like Ngozi Okonja. Yeah, she's an Igbo woman. She's up there. She's a woman. So that's what we are talking about. If I'm qualified for that position, give it to me. Not just because I'm a woman. Unless I decline not to have it. But if I want it and I'm qualified for it, please give it to me. For me, that's what feminism is all about. Right to what you are qualified for. Right to what God has given you. Right to medical care, right to education, right to fairness, right to not to face any biasness, right to be inclusion, to be inclusive, right to share power, okay? Be transparent, be respectful. Not just because of I'm a woman, but consider me to be a human being just like you are. That's what feminism is all about for me. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening, and I'm looking forward to hearing your own opinion about feminism. Yes, I would really, really love to hear about your own opinion about feminism. Don't forget to add your comment, love, share my video. I really, really appreciate you. Mwah. Bye, guys. See you next time. I love you, love you, love you. Bye, guys.